called?
Joust.
Was it
joust.
jousting?
Yeah.
The joust. Where you just getting the shit kicked out of you by a bodybuilder, hitting you as hard as he can.
Yes, but don't worry, we've put you 40 feet in the air.
Thunder earlier, defeating him in the prelims, but not this time around. Lincoln is down.
Welcome to the iKnowBadeaux podcast.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the iKnowBadeaux podcast, coming at you from the local 218 studios. I'm here with my brother.
My cat farted on me before I came
Nice.
down.
Yep, that does happen. That's one of the ones that does. Anyways, Gabriel Johnson, how are you?
Excellent, Dave. How are you?
I am doing fantastic as well. It sounds like everything is hunky-dory in the city of Brainerd. We'll talk about some things once we're done, but let's just go ahead and get started. It is that wonderful month, week of the month. Wow. Don't tell Scotty he does the news. Thanks for sticking around.
Yes. The FDA says people are confusing poppers with energy shots and dying.
Like the streamer poppers?
Poppers are a chemical substance
Oh.
popular among people who have anal sex.
You're making your Johnson.
Days.
Continue.
Do I have to?
No, you don't.
I want to
You
just
don't.
leave it at that. I just wanted to read that sentence.
Okay, all right.
But
Roller
what is a,
coaster
but what
of
is a
sentence.
popper?
Yeah. Is it like a smelling, not a smelling salt, but is it smelling of the rubber cement? Let's say that.
Poppers are a chemical substance that belongs to a class of drugs known as alkyl nitrates. When they're inhaled as vapor from a small liquid-filled bottle wrapped in a colorful plastic label, the user can almost instantly get the short-lasting, lightheaded sensation of a head rush. They also
It's called huffing.
They also relax the sphincter muscle of the anus, making receptive anal sex more comfortable for some people.
So
You huff a bunch of Glade and say, all right, I'm ready.
But now the FDA is saying that people are, because they're packaged,
Accidentally.
they're packaged similarly to like a 5-hour energy,
ooh.
and so the FDA has put out a warning saying that, hey, be careful, people are doing this and ending up in the hospital or dying.
You're supposed to huff it, not drink it.
5-hour energy. It is interesting that you said, probably popular in the gay population. The only person I've ever seen with one of those, it was a gay gentleman that was at, I think it was when I was bartending. And just right at the bar, letting her rip. Okay, thumbs up to you.
Doing a popper?
Yeah, doing a popper right at the bar. Right at the bar. Yeah. Next.
Well, anyways, the FDA says it's killing people, and the people that use them are like, no, it's not. It has not killed anyone. You're
high.
yeah. What have you been taking poppers?
Does it not kill anyone? Is that?
I imagine if you drank it, it would cause harm.
I can't imagine that it would be.
If you
comfortable.
drank it, it would cause harm, but apparently it smells like nail polish remover.
Yes, it does,
So
yeah.
nobody
Smells like-
should
it
be
smells like rubber
should
cement.
be pretty obvious. I don't know.
Yeah, it smells like rubber cement.
Okay, well, sounds like you know.
I'll take your word for it.
I have one experience with it.
Oh, you
It
knew.
was one dude.
All right, so
one
we're
dude.
done with the news for the week. Let's talk about this.
You see, and hear, and in this case, smell a lot of things when you bartend. Next.
Okay. Las Vegas Strip Club is offering the Golden Knights free lap dances for life
Nice.
if they win the Stanley
they win.
Cup.
Sir Stanley's Cup.
Lord.
Is it Lord? I thought it was Sir. Is it Lord?
It's Lord
Oh,
Stanley.
That shows what I know. Thanks, hockey guys. I just outed myself twice now. Twice now. No. No.
Just one time.
This is good a lot here. That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, do we need more than that?
No.
No, they're up 2-0. They're playing
yeah.
for it.
I mean, that sounds like good incentive.
I got to ask though, is it just for the players, or is this like every time that somebody wins a
Does
ring?
the equipment manager
Like the Super Bowl ring, does the equipment manager get?
Yes.
Sure.
A great question is, they had that thing with Pat Beverly and how was it?
Oh yeah, Pat Bev wanted a Lakers ring.
Pat Bev wanted a Lakers ring if they won, and he got traded like halfway through the season, which I believe is a thing. I believe that's still a thing. So is that the case as well? Were you on the team at any point?
Traded him in March, but free lap dances for life.
Yeah. Also, is it just all or nothing? Do you think, like, if you lose, do you get free? I mean, you made it to the Stanley Cup Finals.
No,
you should get a week.
There ain't no free lap
Runner-up
dances for
prize.
That's called losers.
No, the offer was made after they made it to the Stanley Cup.
They don't write your name on Lord Stanley's cup if you lose.
Cause inside out is wiggin' whack.
Okay. Heard.
I like it though. It's a good. Vegas
That's
is
a
doing
great incentive.
Vegas is doing things right. Like you can go to Florida and you can have no income tax, or you can go to Vegas and come on, if you win.
If you win.
3
teenagers have been arrested and accused of stealing a swan prized by its community in upstate New York, killing the beloved bird, and eating it over the Memorial Day weekend.
Over the line!
All in one sitting, or
I assume so.
okay,
Police
Just a little campfire by the highway.
a little bit.
Police in Smelliest, a southeast suburb of Syracuse, sounded the alarm this week after Faye, one of the village's most iconic residents, and 4 of her baby swans, known as cygnets, were reported missing after a Memorial Day parade. Unfortunately, the investigation led to the discovery that Faye had been killed over the weekend. Not only was the swan slain, she was later eaten by the teenagers and family. Quote unquote. Not sure why family's in quotes.
It was right around the new Fast and the Furious movie.
It's been a while.
It has.
Here's what the joke was about. See, the movie Fast and the Furious, they just consistently talk about family. And in this instance, we aren't aware of who the family is in this. But it was around the time that the new Fast and the Furious movie came out. So my thought was if I combined the two, there would be humor involved in that. But
There wasn't.
I was wrong.
My thought is my joke would be funny. Turns out.
Yeah, thanks for that. Anyways.
One of the
Oh,
suspects.
yay, violins.
Yeah, so let's talk about this real quick. So we are located in this is our old junior high school. And we are in what used to be the band room, a part of the band room. I think it was mainly storage where we are. It is great for a filming studio, fantastic because it's got pretty thick walls, except for the one fake wall that they put in over here. That on the other side currently has band lessons happening. The drums quit before we started, but now it sounds like we're on to a violin. So
Enjoy.
enjoy. And I have a feeling that's just going to be what we're stuck with now. So that's great. Thanks.
Fear of the summer.
Super happy to be here. Left our other place because it was too loud. Now we have literal drums. And violins. Oh my God, it's the worst one of the day.
Sounds like a crying baby.
It does. I sat through.
We probably shouldn't talk shit. Somebody's practicing violin. That sounds awful.
They're learning. They're doing well.
It is okay to make fun of someone that's learning. I think that's okay. You're not professional. It's worse to make fun of a professional who's like dedicated their lives to it.
I'm going to disagree.
Kicker.
I'm going to disagree. If you're a professional and I've paid you money and you suck, I'm going to make fun of you.
Okay.
If you're a fucking child trying to learn how to play an instrument, I'm not going to be like, you suck.
Well, I'm not looking at them and saying they suck. I'm saying that children learning to play the violin suck.
Do you think? So we can hear them. Do you think they can hear us?
Probably. Well,
You're doing great.
we really appreciate you. Cover rude.
That's pretty mean. That's pretty mean.
We're the worst.
Kids in their violin lessons.
Trying to learn a new skill.
You've actually made me feel bad now. I actually feel bad now. And I don't usually feel bad about anything. All right, so continue now so that I can get over it.
Okay. Well, I'll try to find something a little more lighthearted, maybe.
Yeah, something in...
Texas homeowner says hooker ghosts have taken over her rental property.
That's awesome.
She says they're trying to stir up business.
Well, what are you complaining about then?
Yeah, that's tenants. That's money.
I say Texas woman made a spooky discovery about her rental home in Gainesville after several renters
Left money on the dresser.
claimed it was haunted.
Okay.
Linda Hill, owner of Hill House Manor, told Jesse Waters Primetime Monday she was taking a shower when she heard someone say, "Looking good." I thought it was my husband. I mean, he and I were the only ones in the house. However, it was not her husband making the comments. It was a ghost.
He would never say that.
He would never. At first, I was going to say this is a great Scooby-Doo scenario where she's just walking around grabbing people by the by the junk. It's just a ghost.
Told you it was haunted.
No, it sounds like somebody's in the ceiling. You've heard about that, right? There was a little documentary about a guy that owned a small hotel out by Pittsburgh or Philadelphia or something.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, I've also heard that it's probably both. I kind of heard that a lot of what he said is probably not true. But even if
It's a great show anyway.
even if any of it is true, he just built himself a little catwalk above all the rooms and just hung out up there all the time. Yeah,
Watched people in his motel doing motel things.
and then every once in a while said, "Looking good." So I'm gonna go not a ghost. I'm just going out on a limb, not a ghost.
Well, the most common type of ghost that comes around are hookers, Hill claimed.
Oh yeah.
Male renters, she said, have told her they have felt somebody stroking their face,
Yes.
stroking their arm, or touching their shoulder.
That's not a hooker.
No, that's not what you pay him for. I mean, you could. You could
Yeah,
pay
I'm
him
sure
for
you
that.
could.
You could pay him for that.
You kind of suck though.
Well, you're not understanding the transaction.
You don't want a fish sandwich?
That's foreplay. Stroke my face.
Stroke my face.
Keep your hands away from my face.
It'd be right
Put
on
them in my ass if you want, not my face.
Let's start off with the list of rules. Rule number 1, don't touch my face.
Don't even look at it. Don't make eye contact with me at all.
Step 1. Dearest hooker ghost.
Don't touch my face.
Dear Diary.
Do you believe in hooker ghosts?
I mean, if there were going to be ghosts, why wouldn't there be hooker ghosts? Like if you were a ghost, right, and you're stuck being a ghost, wouldn't you want to make some money on the side?
No.
No?
You have no use for funds.
No such thing as a hooker ghost because they can't collect.
Sure they can. You just leave the money on the
Leave it on the
dresser.
bedstand and go.
Yeah.
In the morning, it's gone.
No,
It's like cookies at Christmas.
they blow at it. The cookies at Christmas.
Yeah, just leave some money out for the hooker ghost when you go to bed.
That's how we do. I was happy and the money was gone.
She took it. She took it.
Even fed a reindeer.
All right. Next. I think that's a pretty good one, though. In Texas?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, in Texas. Yeah. I wonder if they're old-timey, like Wild West hooker ghosts.
Ooh, like Westworld hookers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then they probably smell. So, I don't know about that.
You're gonna have a bad time.
I have said this before, and I'll say it again, that we live in a great time frame within the human existence. Probably the least smelly time frame. Because there's a great potential that it becomes more smelly. A lot of people deciding now not to wear deodorant again. There's a chance we go back into the smelly realm.
Yeah. Well, yeah, people use kitty litter now instead of
True.
toilets that flush.
True. You know, and this is happening. You know?
Yeah, but kitty litter is deodorized.
It's deodorized. But we fell right into that nice realm. You know, we very lucky. Won the lottery of time frames. Yoga pants and
I knew you were going to say yoga pants. I almost brought it up
and the
for
least
you.
smelliest time frame. If there's one thing I talk about, it's yoga pants and the least smelliest time frame.
Least smelliest yoga pants.
Do ghosts stink though? Can you smell a ghost?
Well, I don't know. Like, ask Dan Aykroyd. I think he would tell you whether or not they do. I'm sure there's, you can tell they're there.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably like when you can smell that it rained. You can smell that there's been a ghost.
That's a good smell.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great smell. If that's what the hooker ghost smells like,
If it
bring 'em
smells
in.
like fresh rainfall or fresh cut grass, give it to me. I'll take it.
Bring it along. All right, finish it up. Next.
Sweden declares sex as a sport.
Ooh.
Championship starts next week.
Oh.
Who's got the
Between
broadcast
who?
rights?
And between whom? Who
Swedes.
Well, yeah, but who made the cut?
Sweden has declared sex as a sport, and the first ever sex competition is scheduled to take place early next week. On June 8th, the highly anticipated European Sex Championship, which will be happening under the guidance of the Swedish Sex Federation, will be held. The participants taking part in this competition will have to engage in sex sessions that will stretch up to 6 hours on a daily basis. Oof. One solo match will at least go on for a good 40 to 45 minutes.
No. That's masturbation.
The participants will have to compete in a variety of categories, including foreplay, oral sex, penetration, knowledge of the erogenous zones, and so on.
Oh, it's like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? They have all
They run around on the map.
Putting pins down.
Where's the chains? Where's the
That's the gooch.
Speaking of that, there was, as a side note, there was a story that was mostly just Twitter reactions
it
to
always
a
is.
news video about something called gooch grease.
Ooh.
That apparently men are starting to wear maxi pads to mitigate.
To grease the gooch?
No, to help clear up the gooch grease.
Okay, moving on.
Which is grease that comes.
We had Swedes having sex.
Yeah, you took it into gooch grease.
You said gooch.
Well-
I had to bring up the thing that I saw that I couldn't read about.
But did you
Yes.
have to? Was
Yeah.
it a requirement? Well, then I'm going to bring this up because I was just watching a thing on Little Richard.
Okay, see, this is how we get places.
The original lyrics to
Tutti Frutti.
Tutti Frutti are very interesting. Very interesting. And you don't know for sure what they were, but he himself has said it was a very raunchy song that then became G-rated when he started to do it and make money off
Yeah,
of
I
it.
believe it was what? If it's tight, it's all right.
If it's greasy, it's easy.
Yeah, if you get the gooch grease, get in with ease.
Tutti Frutti. Good booty. Literally the words of Tutti Frutti. And yeah, nice. Anyways, next.
I wonder if they use.
No,
they must
not
use.
next. No, not next. Not next. Continue the story, please.
I thought we were going to go back to poppers for a second. there.
No.
A judges panel has been set to decide the winners of the competition, but there is a twist in the game. The audience present at these matches will also have a say on the decision. Judges and the audience will be taking into consideration factors such as good communication skills between a couple, their endurance. Gross. Shut up. Their endurance level, the chemistry that they share, and their knowledge about sex.
Nice. Are you quizzing them while they're banging?
Yeah. Ooh, what's that you're doing? Ooh, tell me about that move.
Audience participation is always an interesting thing because there's only two ways this can happen. It's either a dude yelling "her in the pussy," or it's like a Sally Jesse Raphael where she's taking the microphone up to them and they're. I was just wondering if there's any way that you could her in the pussy. God, we're getting really raunchy again. Really raunchy again.
You're the mayor.
I know it's we'll continue that story later. Anyways,
Participants should be well versed with the Kama Sutra and all the rules and sexual artistry that it speaks about.
Is there rules or roles or
Rules. It says rules.
I didn't know there was any rules.
I didn't know that either.
I've been doing it wrong.
Well, I'm Catholic. There are definitely a set of rules.
This reminds me
Yeah, I
of...
think you're just out. You're out. You need to have knowledge of all the positions.
Yeah.
You
Sorry.
got one.
Yeah. Is that the one where she lays on her back? I got it. Yeah.
And what do we do with the rosary beads during?
No, not those beats.
Yes.
You were saying something?
No, never mind. We'll continue.
Okay.
I'll let it go.
If these participants are able to demonstrate the rules and regulations of Kama Sutra in their sexual act that they will have to put on display, then the more points they will get. For those who are not aware, Kama Sutra is a Sanskrit scripture that sheds light on topics such as sexuality and eroticism. It is imperative that the participants in the Swedish sex competition are able to showcase their know-how and knowledge of sex.
Wonder what the rules are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it like...
No butt stuff?
Don't go in the butt.
It's like...
No poppers.
It's like the eating of hooven animals. You know, it's just we're going in a very specific direction. That is off limits. Yeah, that's
awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome actually.
How do you get tickets?
I don't know because it definitely sounds a lot like American Gladiators, like that type of setup.
Gladiator,
ready? Contestant ready? A studio audience at Universal Studios sitting there for way longer than you think that they are. They're filming 6 episodes in one day, switching things out. Yeah.
45-minute sex sesh.
It said 6 hours.
Yeah.
Each individual. 6 hours is the day.
Sex sessions stretch up to 6 hours on a daily basis. One
So, yeah,
solo match will
So it's like
at
tournament
least
play.
go on.
You have multiple solo matches.
Okay.
One solo match will at least go on for a good 40 to 45
Yeah,
minutes.
this is exactly like American Gladiators. It's exactly like it.
And if it's not, it will be soon.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Gotta get in on that.
Steroids.
You follow the Kama Sutra with somebody shooting Nerf guns at you.
Yeah.
There's actually a documentary coming out. I think our brother-in-law Tim Severson sent me a thing that one of the next 30 for 30s on ESPN is the American Gladiators.
Nice.
All right, I'm sold.
Yeah, and it's all about like how dangerous it was. And I was like, I'm glad that they're finally admitting that it was really fucking sketchy, like super sketchy. The least sketchy thing that they did was shoot a tennis ball at people at 100 miles an
Right.
hour. Yeah, the least sketchy thing that they did.
What was your favorite?
I hate to admit this, but I've actually over like the last, it hasn't been this month, but the month before with my kids, I turned it on because YouTube has a American Gladiator official channel and has full episodes.
Okay.
It's awesome. I actually really enjoy that show a lot. And part of it is just the cheesiness of the time frame.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The best is Powerball. We used to play that at school as kids on the playground until they outlawed it. Just a ball and dudes trying to tackle you while you try to score it in a basket.
Oh, yep.
Great idea. That's probably the best.
I like the shoot the tennis balls at him.
It's
You
a great
hide
one.
behind the walls, and you got because the gladiator is just up on a high mount with
Yeah.
a huge gun, a huge cannon, just launching them. And the contestants are scurrying around down below him, trying to find different guns to shoot at him.
That one though
well,
doesn't have enough like a satisfying conclusion though. Usually it's just a whimper that they got
you get hit
in
with the
heel.
ball and I'm out.
Yeah.
You know, and you're not at the whim of the muscly man
Yes,
or woman
yes.
behind it. It's
Yeah.
just whatever the gun. It could be anybody up there.
Yeah.
Versus the whatever the hell it's called.
Joust.
Was it
The joust.
jousting?
Yeah.
The joust. Where you're just getting the shit kicked out of you by a bodybuilder hitting you as hard as he can.
Yes, but don't worry, we've put you 40 feet in the air.
That one's my favorite.
It's okay. The floor's concrete.
So the best part of that show is that, and at least in the early seasons, they have like, you know, those director chairs that you used to see people on that like the director would get lifted up like with the camera. They've got one of those chairs and the announcer is just sitting on it, going up with the microphone to interview the people up on the things. They've just hoisted the interviewer up instead of bringing the person down and then talking to him. We're like, how can we get this guy up there? And just hoist him up with the chair. That is my favorite part of that show.
Hey, put that cigarette out.
It is the same thing.
It's
Great
very
show.
similar vibe.
But now the Swedes have said, well, what if we took the same vibe, got rid of the clothes, and just let people yell at them the whole time?
Put it in her butt.
Oh man, is that it? You got one more?
I think we can color.
We'll color even.
Yep,
on that
June
one.
June 8th, I believe it was.
Oh
Yeah, when this hits the
June
air.
8th.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and
So
it's
yeah,
just
literally
sex championships. What are we calling
the
it?
Swedish Sex Federation.
It's like a European sex championship. They call it.
The Swedish Sex Federation.
Yeah, highly anticipated European Sex Championship.
That sounds like an organization that will take over the world. Like if I know anything about life, the world will slowly succumb to an army of people that are just promoting. Hey, look, I don't care what you guys are doing. We're over here banging for championships. You want your name on the Lord's Cup?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You run fast. I slow.
45 minutes
And-
minimum.
And
At least.
and answer trivia at the same time.
And eventually, you'll have to watch out for gladiators.
Oh man! All right. Well, thank you, Scotty, for that.
Yes, of course.
That's good. Gabe, let's talk just a little bit about city stuff because that was fun. You missed last night's meeting.
Yeah.
But a doozy of a meeting. Turns out the governor is coming tomorrow, so it'll be the day before this airs. And I jokingly said, as is true, I have the mayor's uniform. The mayor's uniform is this polo. I have it in, I think, it's like 17 colors.
High-vis, yeah.
High-vis, 17 colors. But I wear it specifically for a reason that I don't want to look like a schlub. However, we're a young city built on families, and I'm the youngest mayor we've had in 100 years, right? We've had dudes in suits. We don't need dudes in suits right now. We need people to realize that, yeah, when I come to what we're doing, I will have just got done working.
Forget the suits. Let's talk about the pants.
Well, so this is where we're going with this. I'm not showing up in a suit. That's not happening. The governor is coming. I've been asked to be there. I say, jokingly last night, that it is after Memorial Day. The mayor will not be wearing pants. It's a joke.
Good.
We make great jokes at our city council meetings. The local paper decided to run that right on the front page.
That's the headline. Mayor will not wear pants to meeting with the governor.
The mayor informed the council that he will not be wearing pants. So, yeah, you get that. That's some of the things you get.
Is that actually the headline?
No, but it is on the front page of...
That would be an excellent headline.
I mean, if you want me to show up without pants, that will be the headline.
Right.
Yeah, mayor shows up without pants. Part of it is fun, though, because that's the pomp and circumstance is just not me. It never will be. I'm not in it for that type of stuff, and I get it. You know, that's the way that some people do get mad at me. Some people do get mad at me because they want me to show up in a suit. They think that there are times where that's the way it should be, and it's like, this is the mayor's uniform. This is what I wear because it is. That's who we are. We are not in need of a guy straightening his tie before he goes up and speaks. We're not in need of that. We're in need of families understanding that it's us. That's who's trying to figure out what we should do as a city.
We're the community.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna show up after just coaching my son's baseball team. That's what's gonna happen. So it should be a lot of fun, though. We'll find out how that goes. We'll find out how I'll let you. I'll fill you in on how that's received. So, but it was funny to wake up this morning to someone saying, "So you should read the front page of the paper," and my response was just, "She didn't." She didn't. I know she didn't write that.
She did.
Teresa, you did. Thank you, though. Cool. All right, cool. Anything else we got going on? I know it's grad party season. You guys got grad parties to attend or do anything with?
Well, I got to go to your grad party this weekend.
You do. not mine.
Your daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm debating whether or not I should show up to yours after I missed my other nephews.
Well, I
I missed your other nephews too. Maybe I shouldn't go.
It was.
Let's not. It's the right thing to do.
It's the right thing to
It's
do.
only fair.
You run a restaurant. It was Sunday. Sundays are a big day for you guys, and you run a restaurant. That's the way that things work. Nobody was mad or upset that you were unable to attend. Saturday, if you're unable to attend, you're unable to attend. Grad season is fun. I am realizing it's going to be expensive for me this year. You know, I know a lot of people with kids and would like to, give them a token of congratulations. So,
Why don't you just give them all ninja stars?
that was 2 years ago, and it was not for graduation.
You've had 2 years to stock up.
You say it wasn't for graduation, but at the time you said, "Oh, my buddy Rob's son just graduated from high school,"
and I gave him.
So I gave him a ninja star.
Sometimes I say things that are not what I'm meaning to say. What I meant to say was, "Hey, this kid is 18." That's what I was trying. I was trying to establish that he was old enough.
Correct age for a ninja star.
For a ninja star. We have not looked. We haven't went and found that.
Still have not.
Justin Goebel said he has a metal detector. So, and we're supposed to be out at Dad's for a family gathering here. I think the first week in August, last week in July. So we should set that up and make that happen. We will go on the discovery of where Scott put my ninja star.
Right to the side of that tree.
Yeah, right in between the old playhouse and the couple of trees.
A couple of trees and about
18 yards in.
18 yards in? Mm-hmm. Oh, so you chucked it.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to throw it into a tree.
It was a ninja star.
The goal was to implant it in the tree.
Yeah.
So that'll be a lot of fun. We can go ahead and do that. But I don't know. Grad season, congratulations to everyone that graduated high school. My daughter thinks it's a wedding. She thinks this is a grand event. I love my daughter to death, and she's great. I keep trying to explain to her it's a picnic, hosting a picnic. So let's keep it in check.
Keep the beer cold and don't talk to me.
I will not purchase beer. I am refusing to purchase beer as the mayor. I'm not going to be responsible if anyone under the age is drinking alcohol. It is not my beer. I did not purchase it.
I have to bring my own beer?
No, you don't have to. There will be beer there. But I did not purchase it. It is not my beer. So just in case any of them youngins get any squirrely ideas about consuming alcohol.
So if you're not purchasing the beer...
The children are... No,
I knew it.
I don't know.
I don't know. The kids have a hookup. They don't need it.
We heard last night at the council meeting that boozing in the younger age is going back up, which your daughter graduated how long ago? Like
20.
20? So, okay. So 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. Her time frame, those kids are good. Those kids didn't do a lot of crazy stuff. Now they may have, that they got to college.
Yeah, she's her age cohort really didn't get out of control.
No.
She's turning 21 today.
Yeah.
And she's not going out and raging.
No.
She's not staying up late. She asked me if I'd go to happy hour with her at the distillery and have a cocktail. And we're going to the local distillery for one and going home.
If we were turning 21 the next day, we were barely waking up at this time, and our parents were not on the list of people that we were going to be around. Hungover already. It is crazy though, because growing up in the late 90s, like graduating 2001, we've said this before. Geraldo Rivera. Why couldn't I figure out what that was? Showed up at our school to do a news report. This happened when we were. Yeah, we were.
He was at Brainerd High School.
At Brainerd High School. I think were we sophomores?
Sophomores or juniors?
Juniors. Sophomores or I think we were juniors. Our junior year, he showed up to do a national broadcast.
We had a classmate our age,
yes,
who already had
7. I think it was 7. I think it was 7 minor consumptions. Bo Bacon, shout out, good friends when we were younger.
Good guy.
Yeah, really good guy. And he basically said, "There's nothing for us to do." Right? We live in an area where there's nothing to do. But it was twofold. It was nothing for the kids to do. Also, not a lot of crime happening. We lived in a pretty quiet place, so they would actually. This is a true story. They would show up at our parties with school buses to take the kids back in to process the minor consumptions. So I can't imagine
There
that's
was so
happening.
little crime that the number one task was finding where in the woods the kids were keeping to themselves.
Well, to be fair, we were dying of alcohol poisoning. But yeah, and they would show up
Not
with
we so much, but those around.
Some of us.
I had a couple instances of calling dinosaurs, as we would refer to it, where you just wake up the next morning and just dry heave for 2 hours straight. But yeah, they would show up with multiple school buses, and just, go through, process all the kids, and well, now you got a minor.
How do the kids not run?
No, you
do
do.
the kids not run?
When I got one minor consumption as a kid, and it was a school bus ride back to the City Hall. We were really smart, so we partied inside a hotel, right? Because that's what you do when you're 17.
Yes.
So they waited till they weren't trying to save anybody's lives here.
No.
They waited till like 8:30 in the morning when everybody fell asleep, and then they just went door to door, knocking, breathing this, to the bus.
See, so the one I got, I didn't end up on the bus
Why did anyone answer the door?
at 8 a.m. I don't, because you're a kid. You're dumb. Kids are stupid.
Hey, the cops are here. Let them in.
Somebody's like, run. Mine I got because we were partying out in the woods, and we had decided to leave the party. So we were driving down this winding goat path of a road and had to pull over to the side to let the procession of cop cars by. And we're like, oh, yeah, we're fine. We're getting. And then the last one, of course, stopped with us, and I was the only one that was I the only one that was under 18 or under 21? I was definitely under 18, but yeah, ended up getting my minor consumption that way.
The only one under 18, definitely.
In the car.
Okay.
In the car, because the other two were allowed to go. The one was not drinking, the one that was driving, and then the other one. No, it's that.
Yeah, the one who was driving wasn't drinking.
1999, yeah, okay.
Bull.
We found the inventor of designated drivers, everybody.
Consumer of other things.
Oh.
Consumer of other things. It was
He
the
just
90s.
able a bunch of acid.
He wasn't under the
90s.
influence of alcohol.
It was the 90s. Anyways. That group of kids, there was a big lull in the kids that were partying like we did. We were wild, but at the same time, you were advertising to us to be wild. Like everything around us was extreme.
Yeah, we had Sega Genesis and Mountain Dew and all of the ads.
And then, we ended up being pretty wild. I would say it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. All right, so I don't know what we're doing next week. Should we do another draft? Is that what we want to do? Or we got to come up with something for next week? In 2 weeks, I'm thinking it is. We got another guest that's coming on. We're going to play another game. So that'll be a lot of fun. We got Wayne Harding from a local business owner friend that should be coming on the podcast. That'll be a lot of fun. But then, we'll have to figure something out for next week. And then, of course, we're on to 93, which is going to be an interesting one. The Be Kind Rewind 1993.
What happened in 1993?
A lot of stuff. At least a lot of movies. We've really moved.
Genocides.
Yeah. We'll start right off with all genocides. Yeah, every single genocide.
We got Rwanda. We got Yugoslavia. It's happening.
I'm just remembering the past. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back next week. Thank you, as always, to the Boutros.
Yes.
Scotty Pizza, as well as the Councilman Gabe Johnson.
Thank you, Dave.
And with that, we're done. Sweden?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The
European sex championship.
Sweden declares sex a sport for the highly anticipated European Sex Championship. Under the guidance of the Swedish Sex Federation.
Okay, get ready for some kind of response. Are you ready for the Swedish Sex Olympics? the championships. Hold on. Okay, that's about what I'm going to say, though.
The
It's the
European Sex Championship.
Okay. Are you ready for the European Sex Championship?
Das Flutenduten.
Stay tuned. All right, I like that.
Minor talk was banter.
We leave it, right? Don't we leave it?
I think it's fine. It was the 90s.
It was the 90s, man. We can't hide from it. Our parents grew up in the late 70s. We grew up in the 90s.